Hello and Assalamu alaikum everyone. I am Kashif Kamran and today I'm looking at the SBL September 23 examiner report in terms of the overall exam performance for September 23. And this is a learning for the students appearing for the SBL December 23 exams 2 weeks from now. Let's see how was the overall students' performance in SBL September 23 exams with the introduction of a lot of changes, including the pre-scene, the time going down to 195 minutes, the number of tasks being reduced to 3, and the total number of exhibits being reduced to 4. With all that, let's see how the student performed the September 23 exams. Now, in terms of the examiner perspective for the overall performance, this is what the examining team has to say. Overall, the standard of answers for September 23 was in line with the recent sitting. So they didn't found any significant change from the preceding sitting, that was June. However, evidence did suggested the following. Let's see what evidence they got specifically from September 23 sitting. Number one, many candidates made insufficient use of the information presented in the exhibits to support their answer. And this is the biggest problem and the biggest reason why students fail the SBL paper, that they fail to utilize the information given in the exhibit when they're developing the answer. And they're not connecting the answer with the case information. They are trying to write the bookish knowledge or something out of the case, something hypothetical, but they're not just trying to relate their answer with the story the examining team has given in the exhibit. So insufficient use of information. And that is a genuine problem why students fail the SBL paper. Number two, there was weak, insufficient application of case material in the answer. So again, the examiner is repeating the same point, reinforcing the same point, that there was a weak application of case material in the answer. You were not bringing the case material when you were writing the answer. So this is to be successful in SBL, the case should absorb in your answer. The case should sink in your answer. The more synchronization you have in your answer and case, the better for you to perform in SBL and score good marks. Some candidates continue to answer the task they wish had been set. Now, this is quite interesting. Some candidates continue to answer the task they wish had been set rather than the task actually set. So you're not understanding the objective of the examiner, rather than you're just trying to answer the question the way you would like to. And this has always been criticized by examiner, even in the June 23 examiner report, that answer the task they wish had been set rather than the task actually set. Read the requirement, read what the examiner is telling you, try to do the justice with the requirement, see what is the objective of the requirement set by the examiner, and try to put your answer accordingly. This seems to have compounded by the introduction of the pre-scene information, because when you see the pre-scene information, a lot of students start doing the question spotting. And with that question spotting, they get to the exam hall, and then this problem escalates, that they wish had been set rather than the task actually set. And this problem has compounded with the pre-scene, because examining team has been very critical of the pre-scene material, that it's not for question spotting, it's just for the understanding of the industry, the company, and anything else given in the pre-scene. So this seems to have compounded by the introduction of the pre-scene information, with some candidates clearly pre-preparing answers for this information and using this regardless of the question asked. This is very bad practice. If you're pre-preparing answers, if you are spotting the questions, if you're just imagining that this question will come in the exam hall and you're just trying to rote learn that, and whatever the question comes in the exam, you just negate it and you do your own answer. Now, this shows that you're not a true strategic business leader yourself. So this is some sort of issues which came to the examining team notice when they were writing the September 23 examiner report. Let's see more. The next one, the most competent candidate in September 23 integrated and used information from the relevant exhibit material, integrated the information from the exhibits, supported by the knowledge and understanding of the pre-scene when they're preparing the answer. Best. So the pre-scene is at the back of your mind. That's there absorbed. when you're sitting in the exam hall. Then you look at the exhibits, you're getting information from there. And suppose the question is around power interest of a stakeholder. You have a knowledge of Menlo metrics. So you try to bring that knowledge of Menlo metrics, you adapt that knowledge according to the information given in the exhibit, and you're trying to bring your knowledge of pre-seen and then try to write a best answer. Not necessarily in each answer, the pre-seen information will help you. But in every answer, the information given in the exhibit must be used. So it's not about blending pre-seen and the exhibit information always, but it's always important to use the information in the exhibit to write your answer. But somewhere, if you can make use of the pre-seen information and somewhere the pre-seen information can come into your answer spontaneously, that's wonderful. So the best of the students did this, what the examining team is telling, and this is the best way you can write the answer in SBL. Integrate the information given in the exhibit material, supported by their knowledge and understanding of the pre-seen, so that this is how you write a wonderful answer. They also demonstrated sound professional skills through analysis, evaluation, and sound commercial judgments through presenting their answers. So while they were presenting their answers, they were very careful about the skills to be demonstrated being asked by the examiner, because under every task, there is a requirement to demonstrate a skill. So the students were very well versed with the demonstration of skills as well. So they were fetching their professional marks along with the technical marks in the preceding bullets. The last perspective of the examining team around September 23, the main weakness were a failure to consider the context of courgettes, repetition, copy pasting of the pre-seen and the exhibits information into the answer with little or no attempt to add further value, and an inability to develop point, so on and so forth. Issues. Why are you failing? You're failing because you fail to consider the context of courgettes. Courgettes was airline company. You fail to consider the context when you're answering the question. You fail to consider what you have learned from the pre-seen, what points you got from pre-seen around the industry and the company. You fail to consider that, number one. You did a lot of copy pasting without adding any value to it. And you had a little attempt to extract information from the exhibits while you were writing in the answer. So if you're writing an answer which is far away from pre-seen, far away from exhibits, copy pasting, no value addition, what sort of an answer is that? This is not at all an impressive answer, which will impress the examining team to pass you. It was also apparent that some candidates has not used and assimilated the guidance and resources produced by ACCA for strategic business leader. It is worth remembering that it is an important part of exam preparation. Examining team articles, students ignore that. Examiner reports, students ignore that. And plenty of other material around professional skills being developed by ACCA, and students tend to ignore that. They're just running after book. They're not running after useful resources produced by the examining team itself, which is more valuable than running after a book. So examining team is very much concerned about student using wrong resources. So these are some of the concerns of the examining team from September 23 exams, and the students appearing for December 23 exams 14 days from now. I hope this session would be in the best interest of you, that you can just understand and avoid this when you're preparing yourself for December 23 exams, with the pre-seen for your December 23 exams being already out. Wish you all success. Your tutor, Kashif Kamran, signing off.